Welcome to the National Premier League Northern Division Round 5 Friday night fixture at Jack McLaughlin Oval between the two teams sitting right at the top of the table. We've got the home side, the Edgeworth Eagles, against the Weston Workers Bears. Both sides undefeated at the moment. For Weston, they've played 4-1-3 and just had the one draw, and with the Edgeworth Eagles played just the 3, 2 wins and the one draw. I'm Silas Moss. Sitting right alongside me tonight is Matty Fox, and I can tell you, Foxy, it's a great evening for football. The pitch looks like it's in pretty good condition, seeing with all the rain that we've had over the last couple of weeks.
It does, doesn't it? It's a great pitch. They postponed the two younger grades that went to play tonight as well, in preference for the first grade. It's a bit wet underfoot, and we might see the pitch deteriorate a little bit, but still it's in great condition. We've had a lot of rain, and it's going to be a great game of football.
Well, I guess the last time we were out here, Foxy, it was absolutely pelting down. They had to call it off at half time.
Yeah.
And let's hope that we don't get to see those scenes unfold here between these two sides that are looking to edge even further away in front of, for Edgeworth in particular, in front of their home ground. Edgeworth in the white. We've got Weston Workers will be in the light blue shirts tonight.
It'll be a great game. Both teams, they like to knock the ball around. And yeah, look, the pitch is looking fantastic, and it's going to be a very tight game. Very little often separates these sides, and I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Can you give us a prediction tonight, Foxy? Who's going to win this one?
It'll lead towards a draw, I think. I know, it's a bit of a boring prediction. Last year, these sides played out a 1-1 draw and a 2-2 draw, and just 2 points separated them at the end of the season as well. So it's going to be very, very tight. And
all things underway here at Jack McLaughlin. At the back there, we've got Evans looking up off his left boot. Gets the ball straight back to him. We're going to go back to Fogarty. Done well so far this season. Home side. Just playing it at the back at the moment. Playing safely. Got Bray Smith out on the right. Will he pay him now? He doesn't. He chips him down. Smith with all the legs. Comes up against his opposing man. And has he won a corner? No, he's won a throw in there. It was a brilliant effort at the back for Western Workers. Looking for the throw. Goes inside the area. It's a nice throw indeed. And diving out there, getting a header, was Carl Thornton. So that's going to be the first corner of the match here for the home side, the Edgeworth Eagles. There's Nick Pepper. Goes to the centre of the box. Get a little touch on there over to Hughes. Hughes whips it back around, but just going over the byline. So the first opportunity there to Edgeworth Eagles goes a little bit by the wayside, and it'll be kicked out of the back by the goalkeeper, Tim Pratt, for Western Workers.
Yeah, look, Edgeworth will be pleased in the opening minutes to have an opportunity in the opposition final third, as they look to play the ball out from the defence again. And they're a very well-drilled side. They'll look to keep the ball on the deck, get it out wide as they hold possession in the midfield, although it's turned over to the Western Workers.
Nice little play there. Ryan trying to find his man. I think it's Evans. Turning around. And it's just going to be cleared out of the back here. Oh, a little bit too fancy there by Josh Evans. And it's going to be a throw-in now to Western Workers. It's the match of the round, Friday night game here at Jack McLaughlin. Here with Silas Moss and Matthew Fox. Luke Walker lays it down. They can't get there at the moment, Weston. They've got a throw in. Oh, nicely cleared out off the booming left boot in front of us here. Going to the back, it's Pratt. Signalling clear intent to go down the right-hand side so far. Western Workers. And Zach Hill just lets that one go over the sideline for a throw in now to Edgeworth Eagles.
Yeah, look, pretty entertaining to start off with. We know it's going to be a close game, and it's pretty, I mean, it's only opening minutes, but it's very hardly fought in the midfield as well. A few turnovers, but I think both teams are really showing they're hungry for it. And as you see there, they're really looking for that final ball up front.
Just clearing it long. Down the right-hand side, there is Evans off that left boot. And we've got ourselves the first free kick of the evening, right on halfway to the Weston workers. And they'll be looking to try to make a bit of an opportunity out of this one. Not in a great position to penetrate towards the goal, but nonetheless, they've got the ball at their feet. Left foot along the deck, turning it round there was Evans. Driving inside the area, but goes straight into the path of Dylan Holtz, who just finds the sideline. It's going to be brought back into play by the workers. Right hand side, nicely touched over the byline. It's pretty steady there for the home side. Coming back here, is it going to be a clear opportunity? Walker comes out, does well. Thornton. Carl Thornton goes out to Liam. Trying to turn on the ball. Free kick paid there. And that was Jason Cowburn, who found himself on the deck. The man that put him on the backside, I'm not sure. I don't have a 21 on my starting lineup here. No, it is Luke Walker, rather. Luke Walker in the 21 tonight. Curling in. The header comes out nicely by Krankovic. To Krankovic, rather. Thornton. Krankovic does well. Right foot tries to find a striker, Mendez, but he can't do that. And it's sweeping now. McDermott. Nice pass. Can't find the man, though. Oh, there's a bit of sloppy play by both sides here. Nicely played at the feet. Cowburn had to turn around. And Walker just drives this one straight down to Tim Pratt, the man with a yellow jersey on tonight. They're now coming down the left-hand side. Nice little play. Dispossessed once again. Krankovic. Walker. He gives it up. Thornton, left foot, chipping down. Man at the back is Cameron Hughes for Edgeworth Eagles, and he's just playing it out on the feet.
Yeah, look, both sides still working their way into the match. They've got a very solid defensive structure, both sides, and as Weston found out then, it's going to be hard to break down the Edgeworth defence, as now the home side is in possession, looking to do the same down the other ends.
Let's just kick straight out over the byline. Another corner kick now to Edgeworth. So what kind of opportunity will we come up with? Looks like Nick Pepper's going to take this one again. And he does. He's got players short. The big fella's in there. Krankovic wants it. Walker's coming up. He's curling it in. Walker will get up there. No, it's nicely headed out. Headed on again by Cowburn. And back into the path of Hughes. Chipping it. At right back. Nicely played. Western workers. If you've just joined us here, it's the top of the table clash between Edgeworth Eagles and the Western workers. We've currently gone 6 minutes into this half and it's 0-0. So one thing, Foxy, so far, neither side really dominating, and a lot of intercepts being played. I guess more to the point due to poor passing.
Yeah, I mean, again, both sides have a very tight structure, and they normally stick to that very well during the game, and they do like to knock the ball around. Again, I think Weston are great from set pieces, but they're missing Nathan Morris as well, as they look to counter down the right-hand side now. The final
nicely
ball.
Played out of the back there by Evans. Does well. Mendez curling it. Trying to find Krankovic. Well intercepted by Thornton. Goes forward. Out wide to McKellar. McKellar, what can he do? Can he get to the byline? Opportunity. Has to go there. He does well. Oh, nicely played at the back. Is Bray Smith. Had to do it, otherwise there was going to be a clear opportunity. And now it's the first corner for Western workers, and lumbering across to take that one. I think it's Robbie Turnbull. And they've got some big fellas in there as well. Curls it into the back stick. Players up, getting a nice header down. Here's an opportunity. No, it's beautifully played out there by Holtz. Man on the deck. Nicely played. Walker driving it down. Krankovic, what can he do? He's got Mendez on the inside making the run. Holtz holds it up in the midfield. drives it to the back stick, straight onto the foot, doesn't control well though. Turns around but gives the ball away once again. And not a promising pass in the midfield. Driving it down. That's Pepper. Pepper curling it to the back stick. Krankovic is up there, but Pratt gets there first. Once again giving the ball up here. It's with Hughes. Hughes, oh, the razzle-dazzle from the big fella. Drives along the ground, still alive here, bouncing around. The Thorntons are there. Just get it out over the sideline. It'll be a throw into Edgeworth. And there was a nice little bit of work by the big fella at the back.
It was a great run, and look, it's the second time where it's seemingly a nothing ball into the area has caused Weston problems back there, and they'll hope to rectify that because of the likes of Mendez up there up front for Edgeworth as well. You only need to give those guys half a chance and they'll put the ball into the back of the net. So worrying signs for the visitors at the back. Let's see if they can change that as the first half goes on, as now it's Edgeworth that controls the ball through the defence with Hughes in possession at the moment.
Oh, very heavy Walker. Gives away the free kick that he had to do it. Connor Evans, the littlest man on the field, shipping it down. There's McKellar. Can he get there first? Well done there by Cameron Hughes. And clearing it down is Fogarty. Here's Evans. McKellar. Thornton goes all the way back to Pratt. Trying to get a bit of possession here, Western Workers. Looking for a bit of movement. Thompson back to Pratt, who's driving one down. Can't find his man, so they're just forced to go all the way back to Jim Fogarty. Looks like he wants to play it along the deck. He does.
Yeah, both sides really, I think, battling out possession, working it through the back and then looking for that final ball. As Edgeworth again in a promising position. They just haven't been able to find that final pass so far. Edgeworth have probably got into the opposition 18 on a couple more times than the Western Workers Bears, and both sides again, Western are without Jamie Subat today and also Nathan Morris, which are two guys, they're match winners for them really. So Jason Cowburn could be their go-to man up front, and then Edgeworth as well are without Bren Hamill, who's been their match winner in recent weeks too. So it's going to be a very tight game, and without key players, it's going to be interesting to see who can step up tonight and prove to be the difference. So top of the table clash here at Jack McLaughlin. Last time we were here, the opening round fixture between the Eagles and Newcastle Jets Youth, and it was washed out at half time. So it's good to see a bit of football being played here on the live stream. And once again, they're giving up possession. Right hand side, Smith's there, Krankovic does well. Krankovic playing out on the right with Mendez back in the side full time. There's Pepper, tries to find his hand. Mendez has a shot, goes wide. Oh, Hector Mendez, first clear opportunity of the game. Pratt was forced to watch that one by, but it wasn't too far off the mark. It wasn't, was it? I thought it was going to go to the back of the net. And again, it proves that he didn't have much time there, but he took the ball down well and got the shot off. It was hurried, but again, I think he had to take the chance quick. And to be honest, it was not far off that back post. And Nick Pepper providing a great ball into Hector Mendez there at the back post, and almost the opening goal. Getting the flick on there was Connor Evans. But believe it or not, he gave away a free kick. Nice and easy out on the right-hand sideline now. Hughes giving the possession away. Thornton, back to Thornton. Plenty of pressure being applied in the midfield. Free kick given in the centre circle. Evans got clipped. Yeah, look, Weston will take a breather now. They gave away possession cheaply just a few minutes ago and almost paid for it. Talking to both coaches, Steve Piggott and Gary Wilson coming into this match, they knew it was vital for both teams to complete their passages of play. An example there, Weston gave the ball away cheaply, almost conceded the opening goal. 13 minutes into it now, and Edgeworth Eagles, the home side, look to be taking control in the contest as, again, they played the ball out from the back. I think their transition through midfield is just a bit better at the moment. One or two passes, he's working its way up to Mendez and Krankovic up front, where the Western Workers Bears just seem to be breaking down their passes in the middle. Again, Luke Walker, centre defensive midfield for Edgeworth. He's having a good game so far, and they just seem to be blocking out Weston's progress through the midfield. Again, Edgeworth with possession at the back, playing it through their midfield.
At the back now with Hughes. Looks up, trying to find Holtz there. It bounces down. Holtz gets there first. Tries to chip Pratt. Does well though. Pratt stood tall. Another opportunity now to Edgeworth. They're starting to find their mojo. Here's Sparre. He's got a lot of pace here, the young fella. Comes up, back on the inside. Cowburn. Nicely defended. He's forced to turn around. Thornton. Thornton, is he going to go up and have a dig? No, he turns out wide. McKellar off the left. But coming in nice and strong there was Walker. All back into play. Evans. Curling it around. They're trying to get one out here with Sparre. Back to Turnbull. Turnbull just sweeping one in, but nicely headed. We've got a lot of height there with Walker. He played in the Victorian Premier League last year. Edgeworth boy came back to play. Oh, nice and strong by both players. Here's McKellar. He does well there, McDermott. Tries to play Cowburn in. And Evans just see that one over the byline, but some strong defence and attacking there at the pill.
Yeah, again, Walker has been fantastic there in the centre midfield role. Some strong challenges. It looks like, again, the centre pairing in the Edgeworth defence, Josh Evans and Cameron Hughes are doing a great job man marking the likes of Cowburn, who's the go-to man for Weston, and he's their informed striker as well. I think he's got 3 goals to his name so far this season. He's been finding the back of the net, and Edgeworth at the moment seem to be paying him close attention. And it's been working well so far. A lot of aerial balls have been going in back there, but the Edgeworth defence have been coping with those very nicely.
Right-hand side. Here's Mendez getting involved. He's got a wonderful touch on the ball. Nicely played down. We've got possession now. Holtz makes the run. Back to Mendez. Tries to find Holtz. Holtz just leans into it. And he can't get it through. Thornton just driving that one out in the air. That was Liam Thornton. Still giving away, and it is a free kick. 40 metres out. On a slight angle. Over the ball for Edgeworth. There's Nick Pepper. Seems to be the free kick specialist. You got Walker. Hughes coming up on the right side. Walker's there. Krankovic. Holtz will be there and thereabout. Up they go, and nicely taken with 2 mitts by goalkeeper Pratt. He drives down, trying to find McKellar. It's McKellar on Smith, and Smith just turns it round back to keeper Fogarty. They look up. They definitely want to play the ball out of the back. It's Hughes. Making a lead across there was Josh Evans. Back to Hughes. He's got Smith out on the right. Doesn't go, it's given up cheaply. Driving it forward. Finds Cowburn, but beautiful recovery there in the middle of the park by Edgeworth. And Walker getting in again. Free kick given again here against him. Very, very hard done by in my books, and that was McDermott in there nice and strong.
Yeah, look, he will feel hard done by there. I think the referee's just trying to set the tone early that it was a strong challenge. Again, he wasn't really anywhere near the player, but maybe it was because he was going with his studs a little bit. Seemed to be a great challenge for his team, but again, I think the referee's just setting the tone nice and early, which you can't disagree with too much.
Thornton goes to Thompson. Thompson along the deck. Evans out to Turnbull. His left foot coming down, trying to find Cowburn, but goes over the byline. Cowburn pretty happy with that one. Turns around to Turnbull and says, good ball. Probably should have done better with it.
Yeah, again, that seems to be the difference between the two sides at the moment. Just that final ball for Weston, that's another example. It just trickled across the byline there with the Edgeworth defence, just man marking and watching the ball trickle over, where down the other end, I think Nick Pepper, in particular for Edgeworth, has provided some fantastic balls that have got over the defence. And I mean, really, they've had two fantastic chances. The last one with Holtz just bouncing the ball back off Pratt's head, I think, almost finding the back of the net again. And Edgeworth are a side brimming with confidence at the moment, but here we've got a counter-attack with Western Workers Bears in possession.
Carl Thornton there, thought he was a little bit hard done by. Out to Smith, he's got pace. Chooses not to take him on, just goes along the deck to find Krankovic. It's Liam Thornton, he just lets that one go over the sideline for a throw-in. Probably took the safe option there, does well, the left back. Krankovic just drops this one, Bray Smith is going to go in. Nice and short, there's Pepper, makes a lead. He does go to Pepper. McKellar though, getting in there, nice and strong. And it's going to be a goal kick now to Western Workers. So far, got halfway through the first half. We've probably had more opportunities to Edgeworth Eagles. Pratt. Thompson is giving it away, no. He had to turn around and just play it out. He had no choice there whatsoever. He did try to find Thornton, but he took this. He didn't quite get there. A little bit of a slip. We saw Stephen Gerrard or Stevie G do that for Liverpool. Very costly against Chelsea. Pepper over the ball. Pepper driving it in there, climbing up high, comes down, but Pratt's there once again. They've gone in the air so far. No, he just rolls this one out. Thompson's there, centre half going forward, over halfway now. Spare didn't get there quick enough. It's a throw in to Edgeworth Eagles.
Some uncharacteristic errors from Weston again in defence. They just put themselves under all types of pressure and conceded the corner, and again handed over possession in midfield. Weston are coming off a loss in the Cup against South Cardiff, while Edgeworth are coming off a 2-0 win over Lambton Jaffers. Also, they had their rescheduled match against the Newcastle Jets youth. That was washed out from round 1, and they won that 2-0 as well. And before that, a 7-0 drubbing of Charlestown City Blues. So Edgeworth Eagles, a side full of confidence at the moment. Weston, again, is sitting top of the table, but tonight they just haven't quite got into the game yet, and hopefully they'll warm into it. I know that their coach, Steve Pickett, won't be too happy with the way, especially they've played out from the back.
He's an imposing figure in the centre of the midfield in that holding role. He's Walker, and he's tough as well. Bray Smith is out on the right-hand side. They've elected to go back. Sweeping it across there was Evans. To the left back in Hill. And goes forward. Touches it on, turn around, here's Walker. Short once again. I can tell you can't quite see it on the screen, but out on the right-hand side, Bray Smith in a fair bit of space. Just playing it easy. Pepper trying to play Bray Smith in. Can Smith get there? No, he can't. It's a throw in. And that'll be brought back in by the Western Worker Bears. A lot of history between the two clubs. Goes back to the 70s, apparently, when Weston were the gun club and brought back into the competition with Edgeworth, and they were the up-and-coming club as well. So a lot of feeling, especially amongst all the old boys for both sides. Mendez tapping it on. Here's Mendez going to have an opportunity. Goes back. No, I think he's had a shot. The flag went up. I'll tell you what, he has got a deft touch there.
He does, and again with the likes of Pepper in midfield that's able to play that final ball. Even Holtz, again, Edgeworth, promising signs. Even though he got caught up for offside, they did create space on the edge of the area, and it won't be for the last time in this match. And As you said, that there is a lot of history between these clubs, even in recent history. In 2010, Weston Workers were minor premiers, and Edgeworth won the grand final, defeating them 4-2. And then in 2011, they met in the Charity Shield match pre-season, which Edgeworth also won that 4-1. So in recent years, there's a lot of history between them. As I said last season, very little separated them at the end of the season, and again tonight, another closely fought battle as well. So
23 minutes gone here in the opening stanza of round 5. Match of the round here on Bar TV. If you'd like to get in contact with us, just use the Twitter hashtag you see in the bottom right-hand corner, EFCVWWB. Tell us what you're thinking of the match so far. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Nicely done, driving it over. Goes all the way over the bar. Promising play from the man with number 31 on his back. Not sure who that is. Taylor. It might be Taylor.
It looks like it's only going to be a matter of time until Edgeworth find the back of the net. I mean, again, that's football. Weston are more than capable of getting a goal on the counter, but at the moment, again, Edgeworth just seems to be playing very strongly out of the back. And I think it's particularly it's what they're doing with the ball. Once they've got the ball in midfield, they're capable of doing 1, 2 and 3 passes and getting in behind the defence. And they're getting shots on target, which is the most important thing. And even though that shot was off target then, again, he worked well through the middle. And
oh, beautiful flick on there by Mendez. First to the ball. Back was Thompson. And Krankovic does well. He's making him really work hard for it. Lives in Sydney, plays up here at Edgeworth. Evans on the ball with the right boot there. Bouncing around, Krankovic tries to find Holtz, he can't. Thompson clearing it out. Straight in the path of Jai McKellar. Trying to find Sparray. Sparray putting him under immense pressure. Almost got there. Got a flick in the end. Geez, got some pace. Going forward, it's Turnbull. Turnbull got 2 players all over him, wins the free kick, does well. How much pace has Sparray got?
Put him up against
Matthew Fox.
I was going to say Bray Smith for Edgeworth, but...
So Turnbull driving one in low. Ball. It's going to be cleared out now, Edgeworth. Pepper, Holtz. Holtz clipped. Play on, says the referee. Comes in himself to get involved. There's a bit of a square up. Oh, it's all starting to fire up here. This is how we love it. This is the National Premier League Northern Division. Nice little bit of razzle-dazzle by McKellar. And he's brought down. Free kick. Angle, 25 metres, 45-degree angle. Here's an opportunity. Who are we going to see step up for the attempt? Looks like the man with the captain's armband, Carl Thornton, potentially backs himself here, and Jason Cowburn. So there's players everywhere. So Cowburn starting to rally the troops. The 3-man wall, make that 4. Cowburn curling one, but it goes straight over the crossbar by about 2 metres. And forgive me if I'm incorrect, but that may well have been the first shot on goal for Western Workers. It was well off target.
Yeah, I think you're right. Again, they're missing Nathan Morris, their free kick specialist. He's already scored a bomb this year from a free kick situation. I wasn't sure if it was a foul. Again, I think Bray Smith is covering well there on the right-hand side against McKellar. McKellar's been handed a starting position in the absence of Nathan Morris and Jamie Subat. Young player, he's been coming off the bench in recent weeks, and Steve Piggott thinks a lot of him is a great young talent. I think Bray Smith has got him covered at the moment. Again, Bray's a heavily experienced player in the top level. But again, McKellar showed he's got some skill there on the edge of the box and won inside a free kick.
Curling one in, players everywhere. Little header flicked on there, but it was Pratt. Nicely done, just goes off the right mid. Finds Turnbull. Turnbull's given the ball away though. Mendes. Nice little article on Mendes recently. Here's Taylor in the paper, and he said it's a lot tougher here physically. He enjoys it. Bit of a journeyman, spent a bit of time in New Zealand. He's loving life here in the Hunter Valley. And there's Mendes again involved. The Spaniard's giving away a free kick. Can you believe he's not happy?
Yeah, showing his flair there. It's good. Again, it's great that the clubs are signing an overseas player, and I think he'll set the mark in the competition, really. He does look like he's a very class player, and I think that other clubs as well are looking around to sign a player of his calibre as well. As Edgeworth win possession in the middle of the park.
Holt's clipping it on, having a shot there was Nick Pepper. They're getting the opportunities, just not dominating that final third, Edgeworth. Will it come back to haunt them, considering they've probably had the better of the play for the majority of the first half? So half an hour just about to tick over. Holtz does well. Holtz will back himself from here. Has the dig. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. What a wonderful strike there by Dylan Holtz. He's upset with himself, but I tell you what, that was an absolute cracker.
It was, and it looked like the most likely chance to find the back of the net. Again, Nick Pepper had a chance a few minutes before that, but didn't really look too assertive with his final shot on goal, and Western Workers will just be hoping to make the halftime break, and I think it'll be a wake-up call. If they can get into the sheds with still a 0-0 all result, I think they'll receive a stern talk from their coach, and they'll try and rev each other up for the second half. But still, we've got about 15 minutes left to play in the first half, and Western Workers will try and hold on, but Edgeworth, again, they're a team full of confidence, and especially going forward. Again, they've got some great highlights, and with Mendes on the ball, again, they look to find the ball out wide.
Holtz, Mendes, Taylor with their tails up. Taylor tries to turn it around. Evans flicks. Not a good pass. Trying a little bit too fancy. First time touch football. Pepper's over it. Goes to find Mendes, who gets the header on it, and again, they've hit the crossbar again. Can you believe it?
Oh, it's all happening. Again, Western Workers handing over possession in the middle of the park. They know they can't keep on doing it, but Edgeworth Eagles are making them pay. The one thing they can't do, though, is find the ball in the back of the net, and again, the crossbar for twice in the last 5 minutes.
Wow.
Fantastic delivery again over the back of the defence. It's probably the fourth one so far.
Karankovic couldn't win it there, just got a flick on. So it's going to be a throw in. Thornton. Turns around, he's got McKellar in front. Goes forward. Oh, man just brought down behind Calburn. A little bit too heavy on Smith. So a free kick paid on the right-hand sideline. He goes slightly back of square. In the centre of the park now is Pepper. Pepper's been busy. Here's Holtz. Back to Bray Smith. You see here they're really getting the angles in the midfield. Thornton does well. Smith looks up. Mendes, Holtz. Holtz on the deck. McDermott does well. Just driving one down, and again giving up possession. So Western Workers came here sitting on top of the table, 3 points clear, with Edgeworth with the game in hand. And they don't want to be giving up points here. And on the opposing scale, well, you don't want to be giving up points away at home for Edgeworth Eagles. Here's Holtz, promising position, chips it to the far post. Taylor can't quite get a hold of it. Here go the Workers. Ryan, straight, was that a hand? No, it wasn't. Well chested down by Evans. Hughes, and they'll go to the right back in Bray Smith.
Again, I think it was the defensive pressure that Luke Walker put on the final ball there, trekking back in defence. Again, he's been superb back there in the centre defensive midfield role, linking up with Nick Pepper, Mendes and Dean Holtz in the midfield as well. I think you're right. I think the combination play of Edgeworth, they're just getting it right today. Again, their two centre-backs look comfortable back there with the goalkeepers. Again, they get the final ball over the back of the Western Workers defence on the edge of the area.
Taylor cuts back on the inside. Beautiful defence there by Turnbull. It's still alive for the Eagles. Holtz got a lot of pace. He tried to find Krankovic but couldn't get there. They're just forced to drive one out. Is Thompson. Heading for the creek they were. Creek's a long, long way away. Pepper looks up, goes along the deck. Krankovic, brilliant turn. Holtz wasn't there. Wasn't a good ball. Two players colliding there. Poor communication by the Eagles. Driving one forward. Here's Taylor out wide. What can he do? Can he take his man and beat him? Goes off the right, curls one around. Here's an opportunity. It's Pepper. Pepper. Is he going to go? Left foot along the ground. Krankovic has a shot. Oh, bit of razzle-dazzle. So that's another save there by Pratt. The last two, though, he had no glove on it. But Krankovic, what was that little back heel? Nice little fancy stuff.
Again, Edgeworth did well to create the final shot on goal. I think that they want to find the back of the net soon. I think Western Workers themselves, I think round 2 against Broadmeadow Magic, they had a 0-0 draw and they had shot after shot after shot on goal, but just couldn't find the back of the net. Both sides will know that's football. No matter how much possession you've got, no matter how many shots you have on target, all that matters is if you find the back of the net. And I mean, the thing that Edgeworth will be pleased with is that they're doing everything right.
So we've got 10 minutes to go before half time. It's a stalemate so far. Smith, Krankovic, heavy touch. McKellar does well. Taken down Walker. And it was Ryan who took him down. Just quietly, I think Walker might have played for it as well. Cameron Hughes over the ball. He's got players moving around. Pepper on the right-hand side. He cuts back in. Switching at the far post. Players up there. Mendez gets the header back. Headed away by Thornton. Evans. Evans. He's going to have to be giving away a free kick. That's one for the team by Mendez. And gets a yellow card. So the first yellow card of the match paid. A professional foul there by Hector Mendez. And there you go.
I think it was a foul he had to give away. He's pleading his ignorance at the moment, but again, I think there was 3 or 4 Western players up there looking for a counter-attack, so again, he had to give it away. 9 minutes left. I think as soon as Edgeworth, if Edgeworth get a goal, I think the game could blow out a bit. I think the next 9-10 minutes will be crucial. Again, if Weston can get back into the sheds with still a 0-0, they've got a lot of work to do in the second half, but obviously they've got to change a lot of things at half-time. But here they work the ball out the right-hand side, looking for an opportunity.
Sparray with pace. Sparray looks to go left, looks to go right. Oh, nice little toe in there by Hill. And that's a great battle so far. You've got Hill with great feet in defence. Sparray with magic fast feet in attack. You're keeping an eye on that one. Turnbull whips it in. Again, they come away. Holtz, he's got pace as well. Mendez. What can he do? Mendez right foot. No, he cuts on the left. Back on the right. Oh, beautiful defence though. The opportunity, but giving the ball away. Not happy at the back. It's Thompson. They're really dominating. But as you said there, means nothing without a big 1 or 2 next to your name. But let's not forget that Edgeworth, so far this season, haven't conceded 1 goal.
That's right, and they look solid in defence. Again, Zach Hill, even though Sparrow was looking promising down the right-hand side, he made the challenge look easy, to be honest. Just a heavy touch down the other end, getting a goal kick for Western Workers. Yeah, again, look, their defence, you've got Bray Smith on the right-hand side. He makes it look easy. The two centre defending pairing as well. And again, they haven't conceded yet in 3 matches. They've scored 9. They've quickly asserted themselves as the team to beat. Even though Western sits top of the table, at the moment, there's definitely a difference in class between the 2 performances tonight. with about 7 minutes left in the first half.
Down the far sideline. Here's Mendez. Hand goes up by Thompson. He was well onside though, Mendez. Krankovic is in front. He looks like just been trapped. He has a driving shot that just dribbles straight into the waiting arms of Pratt, who rolls one out once again. They're continuing this play. Robbie Turnbull. Turnbull looks up, goes along the ground. Switching it. Smith had to do well there, got the header beautifully. It's almost the kiss of death, isn't it, when you say Edgeworth are looking the good so far.
Yeah, that's football.
Here goes Bray Smith launching himself into attack. Thornton's there. The captain's armband on, goes short to Liam Thornton, chipping it back. And that one's gone out over the sideline, be a throw in. Player's not happy, but it was clearly over the sideline. Here goes McKellar, left footer. He'll be brought down, watch that clip. Free kick, yellow card. Easy as you like it. Probably didn't need to do that one, Smith. Then again, he's probably looking at the young fella and saying, look, mate, you might be able to have a crack at me, but you're going to have to do a lot better than that.
Yeah, he's not going to make it easy for him. Again, his pace in defence, he can get back and cover himself there. Again, he did well. He got most of the ball, but again, I think it was just a bit from behind, a bit dangerous. And again, the referee just asserting himself and letting the players know just what level of challenges they can make before getting pulled up.
Here goes Evans. Right foot, no, goes short. The Taylor's there for the Eagles. Nice little flick on by Pepper to Taylor. First time touch. Unfortunately for Edgeworth, Pepper couldn't control. And again, a sloppy ball given away. There's no use looking up at the striker and saying you should have done better there when the striker made a different lead. Hughes just driving it back off his right foot to keep a Fogarty.
Again, Weston giving away possession cheaply. I think the important thing for Edgeworth Eagles will be there's probably not too much different their coach can say to them at half time. I think they've been doing everything right. Probably just a bit unlucky really to find the back of the net. Hit the crossbar twice, come off Pratt's head. Again in a one-on-one opportunity as they work themselves down into the 18 again. But Weston coming out playing it down the left-hand side. Yeah, look, I think Edgeworth have just been a bit unlucky not to find the back of the net. But again, I think the biggest thing for them will be keeping their composure. There's nothing worse than dominating a game and not being able to find the back of the net. And I think that their coach will just tell them in the second half, look, just keep doing the simple things right. The chances will come. The worst thing for them to do will be to try too hard to score, to start taking the ball individually themselves and losing their composure in the second half. But still, there's 4 minutes left, and a goal here will change everything as Hector Mendez steps over the free kick.
Evans has come up for this one as well as the other big fella. Here we go, getting a header on goal, and it's gone into the back of the net. And it's 1-0 here. Edgeworth are on top. And they've got their first goal of the game, and look at that, they're excited. He's come all the way back up there, and it is Josh Evans getting us underway here at Jack McLaughlin Oval, 1-0 to the Eagles.
Yeah, fantastic delivery into the box. Again, they've looked like scoring. The goal's been coming for a long time. I think they had 3 or 4 players. They're all lining up for the header. Again, it was one of the centre defenders that leaped up. Nicely timed header to find the back of the net. And again, it's the goal they needed to take a 1-goal lead with only 3 minutes left in the first half. But here, Weston go on the counter on the edge of the box.
Up to the byline, Sparray, nicely defended. Free kick given though. Assistant referee not happy with that one. But I think we called it late there. Evans coming into play, finally making a decision, and he was one of many big tall fellas that they've got, Edgeworth Eagles. And as you rightly said there, Foxy, they needed to know that their effort came with a reward. So here's an opportunity for Western Workers to strike back here with just 3 minutes remaining. 2 minutes rather. It was a terrible ball by Turnbull.
Coming here last week as well when Edgeworth played the Newcastle Jets youth in the rescheduled game. They actually took the lead, I think, in the 43rd minute as well through Brent Hamill on that occasion, who's missing this game. But again, for the second consecutive game, the Edgeworth have taken the lead right before the first half, and they'll be delighted with the way they've played. They'll be even more delighted with finding the back of the net. And with 2 minutes left, let's see if they can add another one.
Here's Holtz. He'll have a dig from there. He does. He drives it. But the captain, Thornton, does well. And here's Connor Evans. Looks up. Sparray's making a lead. Oh, Sparray gone left. Evans wanted him to go right. And Zach Hill mops it up at the back for Edgeworth. And they're just searching for this break. With a minute to play. And just continue to knock the ball around here. They'll be happy just to turn their backs on the field, head into the sheds with the goal up, and then come out and possibly, who knows, even defend the 1-goal advantage. As we said earlier, they're yet to concede a goal in the campaign so far. Admittedly only 3 games, but still it's a promising side for Edgeworth. Fogarty out to Hill. Left foot, Mendez. First time, using all his experience. Just a nice little turn on the ball. Evans off his left foot. Oh, it was clipped heavy by Evans. Goes to ground. And just on the stroke of half time. Not sure whether we'll have too much stoppage time here, Foxy.
I don't think so, no. There's been a few free kicks here and there, but nothing major, no major stoppages in play. There's one now, though, just before the half-time break. You'd think there might be a minute of added time before the referee blows his whistle, as Fogarty steps up to take the free kick from deep in his own half.
Driving it long. Mendez is there. Taylor tries to jump into it, but Turnbull just mopping it up at the back. I thought he might cut it back on the inside, but he just drives it down to Cowburn. Cowburn's pass to Sparray. Not a good one. Goes over the sideline, but that means nothing because the players are heading towards the sheds of this Friday night football in the National Premier League's Northern Division. And it's Edgeworth Eagles 1, leading the Weston Workers Bears 0. So 1-0 scoreline there, Foxy. It's pretty much as we called it. They would deserve to be just the 1 goal up. Maybe even thought they might have got 2. They hit the crossbar twice. It's nonetheless, they go into the sheds with their tails up, the home side. Yeah, again, they've taken the lead into the half-time break, which is the most important thing. Look, they could have scored 2 or 3 goals in that first half the way they were playing. Western Workers have been ordinary. I think, again, even in defence, they've put themselves under more pressure than they probably have been. There was 2 or 3 situations where they conceded a corner where it didn't really look like much was happening. We're down the other end in the Edgeworth back 4. They're coasting easily back there. Any final ball that's trying to penetrate the defence, they're watching it calmly over the final byline as well. So again, Weston, their final pass on the halfway line, trying to play it up to the strikers. It's just a lack of cohesion there. I think they're trying to play Jason Cowburn in as the lone striker. They're probably missing the presence of Jamie Subat up front, who has, with Cowburn, scored 3 goals and just handing over possession cheaply, really, which again, against Edgeworth at home, they're controlling play and their midfield is really dominating. Again, I think their centre defensive midfielder Walker having a standout performance. But again, the likes of Holtz, Mendez, Pepper dropping in deep to get the ball. They're looking the goods. A 1-goal lead, it's good, but they probably want more. Well, we'll be back with all the action in this round 5 match of the National Premier League in about 5 minutes. And at half-time, it's the Edgeworth Eagles 1 over the Western Workers Bears 0. players make their way out on Jack McLaughlin Oval for the second half of National Premier League Round 5. Match of the round here between the home side Edgeworth Eagles with the white and the Weston Workers Bears, who are wearing their light blue shirts. They'll be heading towards the northern end, or the home side will be heading, sorry, the southern end, whilst the home side will be heading from right to left as you see them up to the northern end. If you've just joined us, there was a goal in the 42nd minute, and it was to Josh Evans, who climbed high and put one into the back of the net, straight over the top of Tim Pratt, the keeper for Western Workers. They had plenty of opportunities, Edgeworth. They hit the woodwork a couple of times, and coming out here in the second half will be interesting to see which team will dominate, and whether, for the first time this season, the goal line will be breached in defence by Edgeworth. I'm Silas Moss, joining us in commentary tonight. He's been Northern New South Wales expert, Matty Fox, fresh back from South America. We'll come back to you, Foxy. Here's Holtz, brought down, play on, Thompson, Thornton, along the deck, giving it away, and Hill's there. Taylor with a soft ball. But again, they're just giving the ball away. Appeals for a handball. And Taylor not happy with that one, just kicking it over the right-hand sideline. So Foxy back from South America, doing a bit of work over there with the kids.
Yeah, it's good. Football, it's the world game, hey? I collect second-hand boots from Australia that kids grow out of and take them over there to give to kids that don't have any boots. And I played a few games with them over there and took the mickey out of a couple kids, nutted me and scored goals against me, and man, they're a talented bunch, but I was more than happy for them to do that. But good experience, good to be back though. But I tell you what, commentary over there is another thing. When they score a goal, it's like they win the lotto, so I'm not sure if we'll quite go to that extent.
Here's Krankovic, got the ball, come back, drives one low off the left boot. Pratt, from the multiple times tonight, has been asked to keep his side in the game. Evans, pressure. Does well with a little tiny pass. Turning it around is McDermott, but he drives one down, and Pepper can't pick the one up. In fact, it was Sparrow. So reasonable sized crowd in here tonight to Jack McLaughlin on Friday Night Football. Oh, solidly headed out was by McDermott rather. And Cowburn almost got himself an opportunity. Centre of the park. So they've come out with a bit of intent. Weston. Holtz. Taylor keeps it in. Holtz makes a run. Taylor looks there, he's got Walker just tucked in behind. Beautiful lead out by Pepper. He tries to play it out to the right-hand side, but slipping over is Bray Smith. Ball goes over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in. Attacking side of halfway. Smith looping. Comes down. Peels for a handball. Krankovic. Driving a shot in there was Walker. Not a good one. Evans does well. The little man, he's just such a good little player, but just a bit heavy on the touch there. Holtz. Have we had a substitution? I'm not sure if we have.
I was looking at the Western lineup, to be honest. I think something had to change for them at the halftime break. I think they've stuck with the same lineup. I don't know for how much longer. Again, missing Jamie Subat and Nathan Morris. They might not have the depth of class they need for a game changer, but it looks like the same lineups out there at the moment. Only a matter of time before Western, I think, will need to make some drastic changes to get back in the game.
Turnbull is just not there quick enough. Hill with a throw in. Comes back out to Hill. Nicely played by Pepper. Hill looks up. Taylor. Taylor, right foot. Thornton gave it away. He's turning around. Is Evans. Oh, has it going to breach the goal line? No, it hasn't. Oh, that would have been devastating for Jim Fogarty. The ground a little bit chopped up there. And the hearts went in the mouth of everyone involved here at the Edgeworth Eagles Football Club.
Yeah, just when you think you've seen everything, and especially Edgeworth as fantastically as they played in the first half, that's the last thing you want to see your defence doing. But luckily, they got away with it as they worked the ball down the right-hand side. I don't know if you can blame the pitch on that. The pitch it's as we said before, the game started, it's a bit wet. They actually called off the 2 games before this game, and you can start to hear it now being chopped up a little bit. But I think they'll just like to forget that and move on.
It's turning around back, the man of the moment, Fogarty. Feet of Evans. Hughes. I figured out what the go was. Mendez is out in the 7 now. He must have got a bit of dirt on the shirt or a bit of blood. There he is, Mendez. Walker. Pepper along the deck. Turnbull does well, strong. Pressure, like Connor Evans. They're forcing their way back. So without a doubt, Western workers have come out here with a bit of intent. Of course, don't forget to get in contact with us on Twitter, the hashtag EFCVWWB. And Rob from Lake Macquarie got in contact with us and said he's watching this instead of the league tonight. Well, I don't blame you, Rob.
Good man.
Mendez.
Hopefully Western workers can start. I mean, they need to do more with the ball. I think, as you said, they've come out with more intent in the second half, but really it's their quality in possession that's going to be the difference. It certainly wasn't in the first half. They handed over possession far too much. That'll be the difference for them in the second half, and that's something that Steve Piggott, I know, will be drilling into his side. When they've got the ball, they need to do something with it. They've got a throw in now near the halfway line, and let's see what their midfield can start to do after we're about 6 minutes into the second half.
It's been a little bit sloppy. Pressure's gone off them almost. There's Evans, the goal scorer, forward. Taylor. Nice and strong at the back. It's Thompson. Mendez. Taylor can't get there first. Going back to Hughes. Hughes will just turn around and fire this one all the way back to Jim Fogarty, who comes out of his area. Fogarty looks up. Is he going to go the long ball? Taylor on the left. Pepper high. Mendez. And Krankovic doesn't want to go to them. Just goes short. Receives the ball back on the left-hand side. Terrible ball. Spare. Short to Evans. Evans does well. Turns around. Nice little ball on the inside. Sliding in there was Michael Ryan. And he's got a red card. My goodness. A red card has been paid here. And Ryan's been sent off 8 minutes into the second half. He's not happy with that. Thornton's not happy with that. You can't believe it. How did you see it?
It was certainly a yellow. I think it was a bit late. His studs were probably a bit high as well. Not sure if it was quite a red card. Again, definitely a yellow. Look, a goal down, struggling, now down to 10 men. You'd think that's just going to give Edgeworth even more of a foothold in this match now. Look, sometimes when the teams go down to 10 men, it can actually give them a bit of a boost, but another headache for Steve Piggott, the Western workers coach, and the visitors, with Michael Ryan being sent off less than 10 minutes into the second half.
Well, he'll be missing a week, Ryan. And his side's got 36 minutes of play with 10 men down, 10 men on the field. And the 1 goal down, Sparray can't control. Hilly. Chipping it over, Pepper not controlling well. Walker looked like he was going to go in hard. Here's Evans, beautifully along the ground. Oh, well left. Thornton up high. Looking forward. Evans does well, goes out to the right-hand side. Mendez, what can he do here? Turns inside. Thornton, back out, nice little one-time touch. Taylor's there for a shot, but the captain in Thornton just comes out and does well. And the flag had gone up. So motion starting to spill out over here, especially for the right-hand flanker, Robbie Turnbull. It's 10 minutes into the second half. The home side leading 1-0. They have not conceded a goal so far this campaign. Pratt drives at 80 on the fly. It's a huge clearance. Trying to win the ball. Taylor, oh, he could have gone inside. But beautiful defence. It was Thompson. Thompson, a little bit too heavy, was Taylor, and giving away a free kick. So this one, the action's starting to fire up here. Oh, it's terrible defence. Just giving the ball up cheaply was the captain, Carl Thornton. Right-hand side, Smith, Holtz. Holtz just looks up, he's going to curl it to the back stick, but Pratt's there. Pratt drives it, this time the left-hand side. Holtz defends well. It was McKellar. Walker. I can tell you now the crowd's starting to, Western workers, they're starting to call the play. Telling players where to go. Forces a change in formation when you have the 10 men. You see Evans making the lead over the right-hand side. Does well. Left hand, beautiful. Lying it up for a long way out. No, he does well along the ground. It was McDermott. And a free kick paid there, pretty much in the centre of the ground. 1-0, 12 minutes into the second half. So pretty much 30 minutes to play here, Foxy. Can you see Western workers finding their way back into the game?
I can't, no. Again, the first half performance, they didn't show much. Going forward, I think the closest that Edgeworth looked like conceding was in the couple of minutes where they almost passed the ball over their own goal line. But again, you never know, that's football, and Western are a team that always fights well. They've got the class there, I think. Again, it's going to take something brilliant from someone. So they fight for possession in the middle.
Turnbull sliding in. Pepper, Holtz, Thompson did well, cleared it out along the ground over the sideline. Hill goes down to Pepper. He's turning. Will he go to the byline? He does. Straight around Turnbull, and the ball hasn't gone out. Play on, says the referee. Back into the path of Taylor. Taylor looks up. Here's Walker. Will he have a shot with a big bomb? Holtz will have a dig. Off the right. Nice little ball forward, but beautifully defended there. The left-hand side by Jai McKellar. A little bit of a sting in the tail there. I thought that Edgeworth may well have found themselves on the scoreboard for the second time.
Yeah, look, now more than ever that Western can't give away possession. They already knew that, again, after the first half, handing it over far too cheaply. But now playing a man down, really, when they've got the ball, they need to make it count. Edgeworth, not only their defence is so strong, but now they've got the one-man advantage. And really, any possession that Western hand over now is only going to aid, one, Edgeworth keeping possession, but two, using that one-man advantage to create even more space. And I think in the first half, you could probably say they created probably 4 very, very decent open looks on goal, and again they'll look to do the same in the second half. But here are Weston working their way down the right-hand side.
Sparray inside Hill goes on the left foot along the ground. And Holtz comes away with it. Pepper in space. Krankovic makes the run. Taylor on the left. Taylor, will he take on Turnbull? Turnbull looking tired. Taylor along the ground. Mendez. Holtz tries to go on the left, but beautifully tackled at the back. Thompson does well. Just bouncing off the referee. Of course, that's play on. Along the deck, just driving it, chipping it, was McDermott. Left-hand side, coming forward. Here's McKellar. It's McKellar on Hughes. McKellar goes to the byline, trying to win a corner, turns around. He must do that here. Skins his man, goes over the byline, and it is a goal kick. Should have done better there. So 60 minutes into this game, Eagles up 1-0. And a win here tonight, considering they've got a game in hand, will be a crucial victory for them.
Yeah, it will be. They've actually got a game on Tuesday night, I believe, against Lake Macquarie, which was washed out last weekend. But Edgeworth have got quite a difficult run of matches coming up, as we see another yellow card dished out there against Western
Turnbull.
Workers. Yeah, Robbie Turnbull. Yeah, so Edgeworth, again, the next 3 games with the washout on Tuesday night, they actually have got in that. They've got Lambton Jaffers, Hamilton Olympic and Broadmeadow Magic in the next 3 matches. So a difficult string of games coming up for them. But again, what they've shown tonight looks like they will actually be the informed team going into those games.
Mendez curling around the far stick, getting a header on goal, but oh, beautiful save there by Pratt. I thought it might have gone through his arms, but again, he's called on for Western Workers, and again, he rises to the task. Good well, Krankovic on the edge of the area. He's got 2 to beat. Making a run down from the deep is Smith. Smith, not a good ball, turns, right foot. Holtz, out to Walker. Walker will go square. To Hill, to Mendez. Mendez tries to turn. Turnbull thinks he's got a claim, and he does. He wins a header for Western Workers.
Another fantastic ball from Mendez there from the set piece again, 30 or 40 yards out. Reminiscent of the goal in the first half. Another fantastic ball.
As they go forward, it's Evans, the goal scorer, out to Mendez. Mendez chipping off the right foot to the far post, headed out by Thornton. Does well. Evans will win it. Right foot tries a little bit too fancy. Steve Piggott will be fuming at efforts like that. They need to maintain possession. Can't afford to be run around the park. It's hard enough as it is. Hill. Oh, the referee not happy with that. In fact, the flag had gone up. So an offside there from Zach Hill.
Again, another ball from Mendez over the back of the defence. It looks like he's playing just a bit deeper in the second half. I think they're probably looking for his distribution over the Edgeworth defence, and it seems to be working so far as he's played in himself on the edge of the 18.
Here's Mendez. He'll come off the left. Shot! Oh, the flag had gone up, and it went over the bar anyway. Flag had gone up. Mendez off the left boot, and he drove it straight over the bar. McDermott, Evans, nice toe poke to Turnbull. Goes along the deck, Sparray. McDermott once again, but he gives it up. Krankovic has been strong all night. Holtz with his pace, flags up, Pepper. So close. But with the flags going up at the moment, it seems like it's only a matter of minutes away before Edgeworth get their second on the park from the tiring defence now. They've been forced to play with just the 10 men for the last quarter of an hour. And it was Michael Ryan, if you just joined us, who found himself, well, according to the referee, studs up, red carded.
Yeah, look, Edgeworth at the moment, they've got at least 5 players behind the ball in defence with their back 4 and Luke Walker in that centre defensive midfield role. So I think as soon as Weston try to come out, it's very difficult for them to want to get that final pass really, but to maintain possession. And again, with all the space in the midfield, all Edgeworth really have to do, and what they're doing well at the moment is just winning that ball in defence, 1 or 2 passes in attack. But unfortunately, their last 3 attempts, they've got offside, but they look again now as Krankovic has got space on the right-hand side.
Goes along the deck. Thompson's there, comes back in, off the right and clears it. But it's still alive for Edgeworth. Here's Hughes. In fact, it was Evans. Holtz. Repaying the favour from Walker, who goes square out to Zach Hill. He's just turning. They're just prepared to play the possession game right at the moment. They'll just continue to make that top and middle line do the hard yards for Edgeworth, Western Workers rather. And I'm assuming we'll see a substitution very shortly from Coach Piggott for Western. Here's Krankovic, what can he do? Lines up with the right foot and it's gone way over and way wide.
Yeah, it's probably not what they want to be doing at this stage. The long-range shots, their chances will come, I think, if they just be patient, keep working that final ball in behind the defence. Again, you can't blame the side with all of the ascendancy in the match. If you got the ball on the edge of the area, I think a natural striker is always going to want to hit the ball from that range. But I think the next probably 10 or 15 minutes will be crucial. I think Edgeworth will be looking for a goal, and if they keep on playing the way they are, again, they'll just look at that final ball as they're on the edge of the box now in possession.
Taylor to Krankovic. Krankovic just turns, flags up again. So if anything, it's the trap that's been set at the back. So all happening down there in the final third now. We said in the first half, Foxy, that well, neither side could control it, but it was definitely Edgeworth who, whilst they had a host of possession, couldn't make the most of that final third, and now they're getting the ball there, flags going up, but they're getting shots on goal too. So we see our first substitution, and it is Hector Mendez coming off, and for Edgeworth, we've got on the field is Aaron Pritchard, the new man. Handball.
Yeah, we mentioned in the first half as well that really the battle for Edgeworth would be to keep their composure. Again, when you've got so much possession in the opposition attacking third, and now, again, with a one-man advantage, they've had, I think, 4 or 5 offside decisions in the last 5 or 10 minutes, and they really just need to remain patient, play the final ball well, and the chances will come, and they just haven't quite been doing that in the last few minutes, and maybe that would be part of the change, again, for Edgeworth to try and do that, as again they look for the crucial second goal, and you'll think once the second goal comes that'll be game over and the 3 points secure.
Throw in one there by Walker. Yeah, well, you'd expect so. They're in the ascendancy now, but if football's a funny game, it is a very funny game, and it can turn very quickly, and as you mentioned earlier, Foxy, it can having 10 men can inspire, definitely. Especially if they get one, they'll be happy to go home with a point away from home. So it's going to be thrilling. You have to stick around for this one. Friday night football, match of the round on Bar TV. It's turning as the goal scorer, Evans.
Looks like Weston have made a change as well up front with number 14, Jake Milstead, coming on, although I'm not sure if he actually was there in replacement of Jamie Zubat early, but looks like he's there in, I'm not sure if Jason Cowburn is still on the pitch, but he looks to be playing that number 9 go-to man. Looks like he's got a bit of pace about him. I think probably Steve Piggott just wanted to change something up front, put a bit of spark up there. They definitely need something, and to be honest, he's only been there for a minute or two, and he's already looking lively. So one change for the visitors, and let's see if he can prove the difference to try and add some pressure against Edgeworth at home, despite the visitors being a man down.
Driving down, here's Krankovic coming in behind, tired legs from Thompson, goes to Pratt. Pratt just puts it first time off the right boot. Evans got up high for a little man. There's a handball, play on. Thompson goes straight down. Here's the man fresh on the park. And, oh, welcome to the game. Welcome to the game there by Hughes. Just driving it down. It's Pritchard. Oh, Milstead rather. Onto the park there. He's got a bit of pace, but he got shown the game, definitely. Righto, so it's a corner now. We're coming up to 20 minutes left in the match. Evans, can they come up with something now? Climbing up, goes, oh, what a save! What a save, and it was the captain, Thornton, Carl Thornton, getting a nice little header on target, and that could well have changed the face of this game. Did well, and then won another corner, but it was a brilliant save there by Jim Fogarty at the back. Here's Thornton. It's going to be a thrilling last 20 minutes. They can remain with their tiring legs. Just drives one along the ground. He was going to find McDermott rather, but he couldn't. Thornton. Oh, sliding in there with 2 feet up. Does well. He's a new man on the park. Pritchard. McKellar. Still find it. It's over halfway on the sideline. Throw in now. Workers. Nice little turn on the ball by Walker. Oh, big sound as he was clipped. Switching it out to Taylor. Taylor, can he get there? No, he can't. And sliding on this surface. As you said earlier tonight, Foxy, they called off both of the younger grades due to worries that, or fears that this ground would break up. Here we go. Evans taken down. Free kick paid. So about 35 out on a slight angle. I think he played for that quite well. And it looks like Fogarty's going to set up at least 2 men in the wall. So Evans over the ball. Look, you can just tell he's tired. He's been working really hard tonight. In there close is McKellar. They're all coming up. Thornton's there, nice little head on. Here's a new man on the paddock. Cuts back in onto the left foot. Trying to cross one in. Almost won a handball. But Walker, the captain for the Eagles, just drives one out. Back to Pritchard. Pritchard giving it up. Holtz is there, can't grab a hold of it. It's a free kick once again. Nice position to Edgeworth. No, in fact, it's Weston Workers. "18 minutes remaining in the match here. 1-0 up. Can he curl it into the far post and get a header up? Pritchard was there, getting along the ground. Fogarty's at the back. But Evans just, he got a piece of that head. Had to go higher. Went along the ground, and Fogarty had no dramas with that one.
Yeah, it looks like he's taking his time now with the release. He had an opportunity there to, again, pump it long, and Edgeworth had numbers in attack, as he has to do now, with a bit of pressure back there. But I think Edgeworth are going to try and keep the ball for a couple of minutes. They've been under the pump despite having the man advantage.
Nice little through ball there, Pritchard to Holtz. Probably had to hold up just a little bit. Cross goes in, and it's alive. Pritchard, oh, he's stuffed it. Back, Krankovic shoots, scores! Oh, Krankovic has sealed it here for the Eagles. And look at them celebrate. They know they're going to grab the 3 points here. And it's the Eagles up 2-1 over the Bears.
Get nasty with them. Get nasty.
Great game of football again. We had Carl Thornton down the other end with a header, a powerful header, but Fogarty producing a nice save to tip it over the bar, and Weston looking dangerous for 5 or so minutes, again with the introduction of Jake Milstead down there. But Edgeworth, it's the goal they were looking for. We thought that first one was going to cross the line, but a fantastic save. But again, fantastic header. 2-0 win. that'll be the 3 points for the Bears. Sorry, for the home side, the Edgeworth Eagles. We've got 15 minutes remaining. I think Edgeworth will probably make some changes, you'd think. You've got, I think, Luke Walker there on a yellow card at the moment, but we'll see how the final 15 minutes plays out.
Thornton, oh, that's just telling you everything about this second half. In fact, the majority of the night. It wasn't his fault. He was in a bit of sloppy surface there, but also it was a terrible pass. Throw in comes goal scorer, Krankovic. Evans at the back, goal scorer. Oh, here's an opportunity. Oh, too easy. Evans, far too easy. They've got their tails up now, the Eagles. They're up 2-0. Taylor on the inside. Coming back, Walker, first time to Taylor. Nice little turn. Can he get a touch on? Oh, he's taken down. Play on. Wow. We've seen a man been shown the red tonight. Thought he's hard done by. It was Thornton. Oh, brilliant stuff. Connor Evans, look at that, brilliant stuff. Lines it up with the left foot, trying to get something for his team here. It's going to be a goal kick. Not sure what Fogarty was doing. It was 2-0 up, 14 minutes on the clock. You have to expect that these 3 points are staying here tonight, Foxy.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of how the final 15 minutes play out. Again, Edgeworth, they've got the catch-up game against Lake Macquarie in 3 very difficult games. You think they'll just try and keep possession, try and save their energy for the final 15 minutes. You'd think that the 3 points are in the bag as they look to play out comfortably out of the back again.
Well, so far it's 9 goals in 2 games. They beat Charlestown City Blues 7-0 last week. And you could tell whilst Charlestown City were under strength, they knew this was going to be a tough encounter tonight. And how much do they celebrate that second goal there to Jesse Krankovic?
Yeah, I don't think they would have expected the game to go the way it has tonight. I think they would have expected a really tough game. Again, we spoke pre-game that last year they played out a 1-1 draw and a 2-2 draw, and they're often very, very tight fixtures between these two sides. But Edgeworth, I think, from the start of the game have looked by far the better side, and I think, you know, Weston have gone down to 10 men, but really, even earlier on, they haven't looked on top of their game at the moment. Edgeworth look to be making another substitution.
It's Krankovic coming off, the goal scorer, and it's Matthew Johnson with 17 on his back coming on for the home side. It's a beautiful ball down by Thompson. Nicely played by Evans at the back for Edgeworth. Not a good ball by Fogarty. Is he going to give it up? He does. Touching it down is McDermott. McKellar, who hasn't seen much possession in the second half. He saw a lot in the first half. Look at the pace of Matthews. He's out there on the park straight away. Thornton at the back. Finds keeper Pratt. Winning the header is Pritchard. Right foot shot wide. Well, they're trying to really bury it here. We've got 12 minutes to play. The Eagles are up 2-0. There's an opportunity. I think it may well have been Sparray in the centre. No, it was Pepper. Hill. Here's Pepper in the nice little position. Will he have another dig? No, he goes back to Walker. Walker will go square to Smith. Overlapping. Matthews on the right. And they just go back safely to Hughes. Giving the ball away. McDermott. Walker comes in. The referee thought about giving away a free kick there. It was nice and hard on Milstein, but play on. So we're coming up to 10 minutes remaining. Will the Eagles surge forward in this game, or will Western Workers create a miracle comeback here, you would think, but it is only 2 goals. Here's Holtz. He's played well tonight. Holtz goes for the through ball, does well. Oh, at the back it's Thompson. Thompson looks up. Nice little pass on Milstead through ball. McKellar, flag had gone up. He had a good hard think about that, the assistant referee. McKellar was running forward with gusto, and it was a great ball. A great ball through by Milstead. But the trap had been set. As you can see there, Fogarty just doing a little bit of patchwork to the ground. Like he's been using the pitching wedge. No, he'll take every minute that he can. There's 90 minutes have gone. 80 minutes have gone here, rather. Taylor. Hughes. Just plays it short to Evans. He'll be a happy man in the change room. The goal on the board.
Yeah, it's not every day that, you know, a centre defender gets a goal, obviously from a set piece, which he did, a header from the corner, but I think he'll be pleased again with another clean sheet if it ends up going this way.
Pepper, Smith, can he get across in? He does. Oh, Hill was there in good position too. They're going forward. Here's Evans. What can he come up with, the diminutive midfielder? Goes out to Sparray. Sparray hasn't seen much in the second half. Sparray, can he beat his man? Oh, beautiful defence. Wonderful defence by Dylan Holtz. And he had no right to be there in deep defence, but that's the kind of effort that has seen them tonight. The clear leaders so far. They're up 2-0 inside the final 10 minutes of play. If you have just joined us, the Western workers have played the majority of the second half with 10 men. And Michael Ryan was sent straight to the sheds. Cowburn couldn't control there, took a heavy touch. Just playing for safety. Just playing for safety was Pritchard. Thornton. Comes inside. Evans. Backs it Milstead, gets a cross in. Hill climbs up. McKellar's there. Nice little clearance. So Western workers, they need to score in the next couple of minutes to breathe a bit of hope into this match. Oh, beautiful one-time pass. Right-hand side now, Holtz. He's got players in the centre. What's he going to come up with now? Chips it out. Turnbull climbing high does well. Taylor. Hill lines up, man's offside. In fact, it was Bray Smith. Here's Pratt at the back.
Yeah, again, I think he was just off balance when he took the final shot on goal, so lacked a bit of power and accuracy there. Again, probably just saw his chance to get a shot on goal, but again, off balance, probably could have made the final pass. As the Edgeworth defence, Fogarty doing extremely well there to come out and cut out the through ball. With 7 minutes left. Again, Weston, I think the second half, they've put on a much improved performance, but again, playing with 10 men would make it extremely difficult for them to get anything out of the match. Edgeworth just playing the ball through the back. They'll look to get another goal, but again, they've already got the 2-0 win. It looks like they've got the 3 points. They might just look to a bit of practice as well in the final third, getting a few of those balls in behind the defence again.
Turn. They do well at the back. Edgy. Here are the workers. McKellar just plays it out. We've got a man down. It's Evans. Well, didn't see what happened, but he has put in so much effort tonight.
It could be fatigue again. Look, he's been a standout for Weston. He's had a lot of work in the centre of midfield. Edgeworth again, they've had those 3 guys they've had running ragged really in the midfield. You've got Pepper and Holtz in particular there with Mendez earlier on, so Evans has probably been the standout, even stepping over the set pieces for Weston as well. As Thornton plays the ball out of the back, We've got less than 5 minutes remaining. You'd think it's wrapped up now, but Walker wins the ball in the middle of midfield for Edgeworth, and they look to get their third now down the right-hand side.
Here they come. Edgeworth, 3 would be nice. That'd be 10 in 2 games. I'm sure they'll be just happy to get the W tonight. Holtz. Nice little play. Chipping into the far post. Here's an opportunity for Taylor. Pratt's there. Turnbull does well. Here they go. Can they breathe some fire once again? Giving the ball away. Taylor's there, but Turnbull. Left foot. I don't know who he was unhappy with there. The new man on the park. The Sharnock. So next week's match of the round will be on Sunday. And what a showdown it will be. 2 of the big guns over the past 10 years. It's Hamilton Olympic against Broadmeadow Magic at Darling Street. That's on Sunday. You'll be able to catch all the action here from 2:45 p.m. So don't forget to tune into that and tell everyone about it. Taylor, beaten, Pritchard, Walker, first time. Oh, this is beautiful stuff. Pritchard off the left foot. Holtz couldn't get there. Here goes Thompson. McKellar, young fella, McKellar. Tries to play the new man on the park in Charnock. They do well. Here's Sparray. Sparray back to Charnock. Looks up, chips it in. Walker's there. They're still going. It's with Hughes. Taylor to the far side of play. Still alive here. Brilliant stuff there. Turning it back around. Pepper. Pepper just gets it in. Nice little chest down by Thompson. Here's Charnock on halfway. He's got players on the inside. Goes to the right-hand side of Sparray, who was a little bit too slow on that. It was a good ball. It was the right ball to play. But Sparray, like many players out there tonight, just a little bit too tired. So with 3 minutes left to play, it's 2-0 to the home side. So they'll come up equal on points with Weston, but they'll actually take the advantage through goal differences. They'll be on top of the table tonight, and won't they be happy with that? We've got taking on Jaffers away from home next Saturday before Olympic and Magic, so a bit of a tough draw, whilst Western Workers will be taking on Olympic. Rosebuds, Jets Youth and South Cardiff in the next 3 rounds. Thompson, who's done well tonight, goes to Sparray. Sparray coming forward. Did he win a corner? No, brilliant defence. It was Hill. Still alive though. McDermott, but the flag had gone up. And it is just not Western Workers' night, Foxy.
No, it's not. And that again just sums up how their night has gone. I think the passage of play before that was just a missed time pass going over the byline for a throw-in and another offside. Just in particular in the midfield and in that final third, just the final pass has been well off. But again, they'll probably like to just put this match behind them, I think. Move on to next week. They don't have... Well, every game in this league, in the National Premier League, is tough, but I think they've got a lot of their difficult games out of the way. They've already had to face Broadmeadow Magic and Hamilton Olympic, for example. I think they'll go back to the drawing board. They'll look to just do the simple things. But again, Edgeworth have been fantastic as well, but I think Western Workers have probably let themselves down. As we see another ball being played out of touch for an Edgeworth throw-in.
And just other matches this round. Tomorrow, Jets Youth take on Charlestown City at Lyle Carr. And on Sunday, 3 matches, Olympic versus Jaffers. Roosters host the Rosebuds, while South Cardiff travel to Broadmeadow.
There's some good games there this weekend.
Offside.
Again, yeah, look, Weston just, I guess, looking to get a consolation goal, if anything, but I think the Edgeworth defence knew what was happening and they stepped up a bit and really looked comfortable. But again, yeah, I'm looking forward to think you've got there Hamilton Olympic versus Lambton Jaffers, which both of those sides met twice in the semi-finals. That's this weekend. Also, Lake Macquarie City versus Adamstown Rosebud as well will be another good match. Again, next weekend, Hamilton Olympic versus Broadmeadow Magic at Darling Street Oval. Looking forward to that one. That should be a great game. And again, this Sunday, I think Broadmeadow Magic have South Cardiff without a win in the competition. Broadmeadow, they'll be looking to find a bit of form before next week's match of the round against Olympic.
Well, driving it up here, almost taking out our cameraman. Doesn't matter about that. We've got plenty more where that came from. Nice little spot. They've still got a bit of intensity about Western workers. And once again, it looks like Edgeworth are going to go another 90 minutes without conceding a goal. He just drives it long. In fact, it was Oakey, rather. They'll just take their time now. We're into stoppage time. I think we don't find out about this, but I would expect there's probably going to be about 3 minute stoppage time. Red card, we've seen players on the deck as well.
Yeah, I think so in the second half. There's been a few more stoppages. But yeah, this will be Edgeworth's 4th game in a row, not conceding, and on top of that, they had the cup win as well, without a 2-0 win over Lambton, I believe. So, fantastic effort. It's great for any side to have that type of record, especially with how impressive their midfield looks going forward and the chances they're creating in front of goal as well. Everything's going right for them at the moment. But I guess as Weston showed today, they could probably say the same thing about their performances early on in the season, but tonight they came crashing down a bit as they've put themselves under pressure now in the final couple minutes of the game at Jack McLaughlin Oval.
Two minutes into stoppage time, climbing up there, does Will Thompson. He's been busy tonight. So there's a new man on the park as well, in Sharnock. Just trying to hope the football gods are shining down on him tonight here. Weston. Here's Sparray, doing well, goes up to the byline, cross goes flat. And it's just easily intercepted. Western workers come away with it. Edgeworth, rather, come away with it. Taylor giving it up. Geez, he has acquitted himself well tonight. Pepper. Up against Oakley. Oh, skins him. That's called a nutmeg. Pepper's on the ground. So 3 minutes into stoppage time. Surely there won't be much time left. I would expect this is the final play of the match. Pepper just chipping it down. Nice and easy. Johnson Young, who's on the park now. Turnbull. And there it is. The full-time whistle has been blown by the referee. It's been a thrilling Friday night football. The match of the round between the two sides sitting right on top of the table. There were 2 goals scored, both were one in the first half. That one to Josh Evans with a header, and it was Jesse Krankovic in the second half picking up a loose ball to score the second and final goal of the match. So Edgeworth Eagles, they leap straight over the top. They are now leading the competition with a game in hand. Tonight it was the Edgeworth Eagles 2, Western Workers Bears 0. Foxy, a dominant display there by the home side.
It's probably not quite what we expected coming into the match. I think, again, I predicted a draw coming into it. Both teams undefeated, both top of the table. Again, Western had probably been the surprise team at the start of the season, but it was dominant from start to finish from the home side. Again, going down to 10 men didn't help, but that won't be an excuse, and I think Steve Piggott and the Western boys will know that. But
I think there was quite a number of very good players out there tonight for both sides. Krankovic was good early on as well, got himself a goal. The centre pairing at the back for Edgeworth Eagles. I thought the guys that actually really showed a lot of enthusiasm, the two sort of midfielders, Attacking midfielders, Dylan Holtz played extremely well for Edgeworth, a lot of intensity, and also it was Connor Evans, as we'd expect, the diminutive number 10 for Western Workers. But he didn't do enough to inspire his side tonight. For Western Workers, what do they take away from this match?
Good question. Not much, I don't think. Again, I think Evans was the one standout for them, but I don't think they did much right tonight. They'll probably forget this one. Move on to next week.
And so for the Edgeworth, they've got 3 points here at home once again. They've now continued, that's 9 goals in the last 2 games that they have scored, and they're yet to concede a goal in this competition. They are on fire at the moment.
They are. They're playing fantastic anyway, as you said, from their centre pairing in defence. Their back four are fantastic. Their midfield were brilliant, I think, tonight, and up front, all over the park, they just look fantastic. I think they probably had a slow start to the season. I think Gary Wilson will know that, their coach, but he'll be ecstatic with their performance tonight. They've been improving week by week, and the way they're playing now, they'll be the informed team of the competition. They've got a tough run with Olympic and Magic and Lambton coming up, but again, they played fantastic tonight.
So next week, match of the round will be Saturday, 2:45 from Darling Street Oval. It's Hamilton Olympic against Broadmeadow Magic. But from here, from Jack McLaughlin Oval for round 5, match of the round, it was Edgeworth Eagles 2, defeating Western Workers Bears 0.